What'd I miss? Let's find out. Paramount Pictures is working on a Mighty Mouse movie. Who asked for this? The movie is being written by John and Eric Hober, who recently gave us the instant classic Jason Statham thriller, The Meg. No, seriously, who the fuck asked for this? So I wasn't that surprised when I initially found out that Mighty Mouse was being made into a movie, especially after I found out that it was going to be an animated one. The property is old enough where making a movie to get it back in the public eyes could do some good after all. Don't know about getting the writers for The Meg to do it though. Just saying. Now what I'm not saying is that it won't be good because of the combo, but clearly one of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong. But does that mean the Danger Mouse movie is gonna be written by the guy who wrote Annabelle or some shit? No, scratch that. I had to think about that right quick. Netflix has the rights to Danger Mouse. So it'll probably be tackled by the writing team of Sabrina. Hawkeye is getting his own Disney Plus show, and Jeremy Renner will be reprising his role. From what the people over at Variety were able to scoop up, the story is going to be about Clint passing the Hawkeye name to fan favorite Kate Bishop, which is to be expected. What a lot of news reports other than Variety have been saying, however, is that this is supposed to be Kate's introduction into the MCU, which has those of us who care asking, if that's the case, then who the fuck is this in the Endgame trailer? Personally, I'm waiting until both Endgame and this show comes out before jumping to conclusions regarding this conflicting info, especially since we have no other confirmation at all about whether or not who we saw in the Endgame trailer was Kate. Like, I'm pretty sure it was his actual daughter in the trailer, but I know a lot of people were all like, holy shit, is that Kate? When the trailer dropped. So, I mean, it's whatever. Also, while it's not this show per se that's gonna get me to check out what Disney Plus has to offer, I have to say, I'm definitely liking their lineup of exclusives so far. I honestly don't know what else they could add that could guarantee me giving them at least a year's worth of their service at this point. A Monsters, Inc. show is in the works over on Disney Plus. Touche, bitch. Too fucking shay. It's gonna be called Monsters at Work, and is gonna take place 6 months after the original Monsters, Inc. movie, which is a pretty wise decision in my opinion. Also, both John Goodman and Billy Crystal are gonna be reprising their roles as Sully and Mike respectively, which is a very wise decision in my opinion. The only thing that's keeping me from being completely on board with this is that there's no word if Pixar is gonna have any direct involvement with the show. Which, if that's the case and there is no Pixar development, I kinda expected it considering how quick Disney was to make their plane spin-off of Cars without Pixar, but at the same time, pretty disappointed. Right now, considering that no one from the original team regarding producing power is attached to this series, or even Monsters University for that matter, it's looking like that's gonna be the case. So I mean, I'll do what I always do and give the first few episodes a shot before deciding if it's worth my time. And considering John Goodman and Billy Crystal are back for it, I'm hoping that it is. Ian Glenn has been cast as Bruce Wayne in Season 2 of DC Universe's Titans. I see it? I haven't seen any of Titans yet, but I see it. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be pretty hard for me to see Ian Glenn on the screen and not think of either the bad guy from the first Tomb Raider movie or Resident Evil Extinction. I would say Game of Thrones, but I fell off that bitch after season 1. I completely cut it off from my life. Y'all have fun though. Y'all have fun. And you know, that also depends on if I ever watch Titans. Which I will eventually. I paid for a year of DC Universe, so it's gonna happen. And from what I've heard, the overall plot is going to be aimed at Trigon as the big bad, and I'm definitely interested in seeing how they're going to tackle it. I don't know how much of an influence Bruce is going to have in Season 2, but considering that they already cast Slade, I'm interested in seeing his role overall. Netflix might be buying its first movie theater. The theater in question is LA's Egyptian Theater, which in doing so will not only help out the current owner of the theater, American Cinematheque, with being properly financed to continue its run of indie films, but will also help get Hollywood elitists the fuck off of Netflix back with those tired-ass, they shouldn't qualify for Academy Awards arguments. Right now, the current deal is that Cinematheque will continue their indie showings, lectures, and film festivals, while Netflix will use the theater for screenings and events for their exclusives, more than likely in the form of premieres. So if anything, it's more of a partnership than a buyout, and considering the terms and how it helps both parties, I wish more companies did this. Especially considering that the chief content officer of Netflix is already on the board for American Cinematheque, yet was able to propose this deal as opposed to it being a flat-out buyout with massive layoff potential. This is how you run a business while still holding on to your integrity. I applaud Netflix for making this decision, and not only hope that everything works out, but that you don't turn me into a liar. Anyway, readers, your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comment section below any news stories that I might have missed, and I'll make sure and try and cover them next week. Patreon-a-thon is happening all April long, so if you want to qualify for giveaways and help financially support the channel, you can join my Patreon by clicking the card at the end of the video, or in the link in the description box below, where you can also find a link to my merchandise store. Or if you prefer to give one-time donations, you can find links to my PayPal and my Ko-fi account in the description box as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.